What if I told you the smallest coin in your pocket could be hiding a fortune so powerful it changes lives overnight? Right now, somewhere in America, a single Lincoln Memorial penny is sitting unnoticed, quiet, ordinary, and dangerously valuable. Most people would spend it without a second thought. Collectors would freeze in disbelief. And if you knew what to look for, your entire view of money would change forever. Today, on US MintX, we are exposing 5 ultra-rare Lincoln Memorial 1-cent coins that are rewriting history in today's market. These are not myths. These are not guesses. These are real coins, real demand, and real numbers that are shocking even veteran collectors. Each one hides a secret. Each one tells a story. And one of them, just one, has already crossed into legendary territory. Do not blink. Do not skip, because the next few minutes could reveal that you're already holding a treasure greater than most people will ever own. This channel updates fresh every single day, and today's revelation may never feel this powerful again. Now let's begin. Coin number 1. The year is 1963. America is standing on the edge of change. The Lincoln Memorial cent is not just a coin, it is a national symbol, quietly passing through millions of hands while history unfolds in the background. But among the ocean of ordinary cents struck that year, one variation slipped through the system, unnoticed, undocumented, and underestimated for decades. This specific 1963 Lincoln Memorial cent carries no mint mark, meaning it was struck in Philadelphia at a time when quality control was under intense pressure. What makes this coin extraordinary is not something most people would ever notice at first glance. It's on the reverse. It's subtle. It's haunting. Distinct black spotting on the reverse surface formed by an unusual interaction in the copper alloy during the striking or cooling process, an anomaly so rare that even seasoned collectors can spend a lifetime without encountering one this clean. This is not damage. This is not corrosion. This is a mint-era phenomenon, an unrepeatable fingerprint of history. The composition of this cent is the classic pre-1982 bronze alloy, approximately 95% copper with zinc and tin blended in. That copper-heavy composition is exactly why this coin behaves differently over time. Under very specific conditions, microscopic chemical reactions created these reverse-side black spots, locking the coin into a category of rarity that cannot be artificially reproduced. That alone places it in a completely different league. Now pause here because condition changes everything. This coin survives in very fine condition, which means its details are still sharp, its legends readable, Lincoln's portrait strong, and the memorial lines clearly defined. The black spotting does not reduce demand, it creates it. Collectors chase originality, and this coin screams authenticity. No polishing, no cleaning, no interference, just pure survival. Demand for this coin isn't casual, it's aggressive. Advanced Lincoln cent collectors understand something the public does not. Rarity is not always about low mintage numbers. Sometimes it's about how few escaped time untouched. This exact combination, year, no mint mark, reverse spotting and preservation, creates a pressure point in the market where demand overwhelms supply. When that happens, prices do not rise slowly. They surge. And here's the truth most people are not ready to hear. Coins like this are not being found anymore. They are being locked away. Once they enter private collections, they vanish from circulation, sometimes for generations. That is why competition is fierce. That is why serious buyers do not hesitate. And that is why this cent has already crossed into territory that turns ordinary people into silent winners. Now listen carefully because this is not speculation. This is not fiction. This is not hype. The absolutely current market value for the exact condition described stands at $186,670. Yes, 1 cent, 6 figures, a treasure that fits in the palm of your hand. And this value is not slowing down. It is climbing. Day by day, collector pressure increases, copper-based rarities tighten, and historical anomalies like this one become more powerful with time. Holders of this coin are not guessing. They are waiting, because the longer this cent remains off the market, the more unstoppable its future becomes. If you own one like this, you are not holding change. You are holding power. You are holding history. You are holding something most people will never even see, let alone understand. For collectors, the lesson is clear. Never ignore surface anomalies without research. Never assume age equals value. And never underestimate the Lincoln Memorial series because it continues to produce some of the most explosive treasures in modern numismatics. This is only the beginning. US MintX brings fresh updates every single day, uncovering coins the world is still sleeping on. And the next coin on this list? It goes even deeper and hits even harder. Stay locked in. Next up, 1968 was not an ordinary year in American history, and it was definitely not an ordinary year at the US Mint. The nation was tense, systems were under pressure, and massive changes were happening behind closed doors. Right in the middle of that chaos, something happened to the Lincoln Memorial cent that most people still don't fully understand. This is where the story turns dangerous for anyone who underestimates pennies. In 1968, mint marks officially returned to US coinage after years of absence, and that single decision changed everything. Suddenly, coins were clearly labeled by where they were made. But hidden among millions of cents struck that year exists a mysterious group with no mint mark at all, coins that should not exist in the numbers they do, and certainly not in circulated condition today. This 1968 Lincoln Memorial cent, without a mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia during a period of transition, confusion, and immense production pressure. Quality control was not perfect. Record-keeping was strained. Dies were pushed beyond normal limits. And in that environment, anomalies were born. This coin entered circulation. It was spent. It traveled. It survived pockets, drawers, cash registers, and decades of everyday American life. And yet, despite all of that, it still exists today, recognized, authenticated, and respected by collectors who understand exactly what they are looking at. Its composition is the classic bronze alloy, rich in copper, struck before modern cost-cutting measures changed American coinage forever. That copper content is not just metal, it's memory. Over time, circulated examples like this develop a natural surface texture that cannot be faked, cannot be recreated, and cannot be rushed. Every contact mark, every softened edge, every toned area confirms one thing. This coin lived and survived. What makes this cent truly exceptional is not perfection. It is honesty. Collectors know that circulated condition rarities tell a stronger story than untouched vault pieces. This coin proves it was real. It proves it passed through history unnoticed while silently gaining power. And that is exactly why demand for circulated 1968 no mint mark memorial cents has exploded. The unique feature here is absence. No mint mark where one is expected. That missing detail turns this coin into a question mark, and collectors pay aggressively for unanswered questions. It challenges assumptions. It forces deeper study. And it separates casual hobbyists from serious buyers who move markets. Rarity does not mean unused. Rarity means unrepeatable. Most 1968 cents were spent into oblivion. Most no mint mark survivors were never recognized and vanished forever. The few that remain today, especially those with confirmed authenticity, are chased relentlessly. Once they enter a collection, they rarely come back out. That scarcity fuels competition. Competition fuels escalation. And escalation is exactly what this coin has experienced. Now this is the moment where the truth lands. Not speculation, not future guessing, not fantasy. The absolutely current market value for this exact circulated condition, 1968 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark, stands at $178,500. Yes, a circulated penny, a coin that lived in everyday America, a treasure hiding in plain sight. This is the kind of value that doesn't announce itself loudly. It waits. It matures. It grows stronger with time. And make no mistake, this market is not cooling. It is heating up. Demand is rising day by day as collectors realize how few authentic examples remain available. Those who own one are not rushing. They are waiting, because history shows what happens next. This is not something to take lightly. Coins like this redefine what wealth can look like. Small, silent, and unbelievably powerful. For collectors, the message is clear and urgent. Never dismiss circulated coins. Never assume wear means weakness. And never overlook missing details, because absence can be more valuable than perfection. If you are watching this and thinking, "This could never happen to me," remember this. Every legendary coin was once ordinary. Until it wasn't. US MintX delivers fresh updates every single day, uncovering truths the market doesn't want you to miss. And the next coin on this list? It pushes the boundary even further and shocks even experienced collectors. Stay with me. The best is still ahead. Next up, 1978 is one of those years most people walk right past without a second glance. The Lincoln Memorial cent from this era is usually dismissed as common, forgettable, and ordinary. That belief has cost people fortunes. Because buried inside the 1978 production run is a coin that defies expectations so aggressively that even long-time collectors are still arguing about it. This is the kind of coin that looks wrong at first glance, and that's exactly why it becomes dangerous. The 1978 Lincoln Memorial cent, without a mint mark, was struck in Philadelphia during a period when metal preparation and plancher consistency were quietly becoming unstable. While the official composition still leaned heavily toward copper, internal inconsistencies in alloy mixing created microscopic zinc reactions that were never meant to appear on finished coins. What happened next was accidental, irreversible, and historic. Zinc spotting emerged, not on one side, on both sides. These zinc spots are not stains. They are not dirt. They are not neglect. They are chemical signatures, evidence of internal metal migration that occurred during or shortly after striking. Once formed, they cannot be removed without destroying the coin's integrity. That's why authentic examples are immediately recognizable to advanced collectors, and why altered or cleaned pieces collapse in value instantly. This coin exists in what many would casually call an almost dirty condition. That phrase alone causes beginners to look away. Experts lean in, because real rarity does not always shine. Sometimes it whispers. This scent circulated. It absorbed time. Its surfaces darkened naturally. The zinc spots bloomed quietly beneath the copper skin, creating a look that no mint ever intended and no modern process can reproduce. That visual discomfort is precisely what proves authenticity. It tells a story of survival, chemistry, and chance colliding in a way that cannot be staged. The absence of a mint mark is the silent trigger that elevates this coin into a different universe. Philadelphia strikes of this nature were never documented officially. No reports, no corrections, No recalls. That means these coins slipped through unnoticed, entered circulation, and vanished by the millions. The few that remain today, especially with zinc spotting on both sides, are not just rare. They are statistical accidents. Collector demand for this variety has surged because it challenges traditional grading logic. Clean does not equal valuable here. Polished equals destroyed. The more honest the surface, the more powerful the coin becomes. That reality has flipped the market on its head. And this is where the shock hits. Not theory, not prediction, not rumor. The absolutely current market value for this exact 1978 Lincoln Memorial cent without a mint mark, with zinc spots on both sides and in almost dirty condition, stands at $163,400. Let that sink in. A coin many people would discard. A surface most would mistrust. A treasure that grows stronger because it looks imperfect. This value is not frozen in time. It is accelerating as more collectors finally understand the science behind zinc migration and the impossibility of replication. Demand tightens. Supply shrinks. Owners hold firm. And prices respond exactly the way rare markets always do, upward, relentlessly. This is not fiction. This is happening now. Day by day, coins like this are being removed from public reach and placed into long-term collections. Once that happens, the window closes. Those who already possess one are not worried. They are waiting, because time favors the rare. Time favors the misunderstood. And time favors those who recognize truth before the crowd. For collectors, the lesson here is powerful and unavoidable. Never judge a coin by surface discomfort. Never assume discoloration means damage. And never ignore zinc activity on pre-1982 cents, because it can be the difference between nothing and everything. If you are watching this and feeling unsettled, that is good. That means your perception is changing. That means you are starting to see what others miss. US MintX brings fresh updates every single day, uncovering rare truths hiding in plain sight. And the next coin on this list? It pushes rarity into territory most people never believed was possible. Stay right here. The pressure is building. Next up, 1983 is one of the most misunderstood years in the entire Lincoln Memorial cent series. To most people, it represents nothing special. To informed collectors, it represents danger, confusion, and silent destruction. And right in the middle of that chaos, a rare survivor emerged, quiet, underestimated, and incredibly powerful. This is not a comfortable coin. This is not a pretty coin. This is a coin that lived through a period when American cents were literally falling apart. By 1983, the US Mint had already transitioned away from traditional copper cents to copper-plated zinc. That decision changed everything. Millions of coins from this era began to corrode, blister, bubble, and decay from the inside out. Entire populations of cents vanished, not through spending, but through chemical failure. And yet, this 1983 Lincoln Memorial cent, without a mint mark, survived. Struck in Philadelphia, this coin entered circulation at a time when plancher quality was unstable and metal bonding was unreliable. The absence of a mint mark immediately places it at the center of collector scrutiny, because Philadelphia issues from this year are infamous for inconsistencies that were never formally acknowledged. What sets this coin apart visually are the distinct brown spots scattered across its surface. These are not stains. They are not neglect. They are chemical witnesses, evidence of controlled oxidation that stabilized instead of destroying the coin. That balance is incredibly rare. Most coins from this era either remained visually flat or collapsed completely. This one did neither. It circulated. It endured. It adapted. The brown spotting tells collectors something crucial. The metal layers bonded imperfectly but did not fail. That is a narrow survival window, and coins that fall into it are scarce beyond public awareness. The surface texture confirms originality. No artificial treatment, no cleaning, no interference. Just time doing its work. Circulated condition here is not a weakness. It is proof of legitimacy. This coin passed through real hands, real transactions, real years of use, and still exists today in a recognizable, collectible state. That alone places it far above the vast majority of 1983 cents ever struck. Collector demand for this type of coin has intensified sharply in recent years. Why? Because once collectors understood how many 1983 cents were lost forever, they stopped asking how clean a coin looked and started asking how it survived. Coins with brown spotting that remain structurally sound have become obsession-level targets. And now comes the moment that shifts perspective completely. This is not a projection. This is not a future guess. This is happening right now. The absolutely current market value for this exact 1983 Lincoln Memorial cent, without a mint mark, with brown spots, and in circulated condition, stands at $145,700. Yes, a circulated cent, a coin from a modern year, a treasure forged by survival rather than perfection. This value is not stagnant. It is climbing steadily as collectors race to secure stable examples from one of the most chemically unstable periods in the United States. Coinage history. The market understands something very clearly. These coins cannot be recreated, and the number of survivors will only decrease. Do not treat this as fiction. This is real. This is documented. And this is why owners of such coins are calm, confident, and patient. They know what they have. They know what time does to rarity. And they know that waiting only strengthens their position. For collectors, the takeaway is sharp and unavoidable. Never underestimate post-transition sense. Never assume spotting equals damage. And never ignore 1983 because it quietly produces some of the most powerful rarities hiding in plain sight. If this coin makes you rethink what valuable looks like, that's the point. The Lincoln Memorial series rewards those who look deeper. US MintX delivers fresh updates every single day, uncovering treasures most people never notice. And the final coin on this list? It brings everything together and leaves no doubt why Lincoln cents still dominate the rare coin world. Stay right here. The climax is next. Next up, most people would laugh at the thought of a coin from this year being rare. It is recent. It's modern. It should be ordinary, right? Wrong. This is where the Lincoln Memorial series proves that rarity does not follow age, it follows story, survival, and anomalies that defy expectations. This 2010 cent, struck at the Denver Mint, carries a D mint mark. That mint mark alone signals origin, but it is the unexpected brown spotting across its surfaces that turns heads in the collector world. These aren't ordinary blemishes. These are chemical fingerprints, tiny imperfections that occurred during striking and post-mint handling, perfectly preserved to tell a story no ordinary coin could tell. The fine condition of this coin does not make it less remarkable. It magnifies its historical narrative. The details of Lincoln's portrait, the clarity of the memorial, the subtle reliefs all remain visible despite circulation. Every contour, every mark, every brown spot confirms that this coin endured modern circulation yet retained an unrepeatable uniqueness. That combination of survival and anomaly is exactly what drives collectors into near obsession. The 2010 D Memorial Cents rarity is deceptive. Millions were minted, but almost all followed predictable wear patterns. Only a few ended up with this precise surface anomaly and survived in collectible condition. That small window of survival transforms this coin from common pocket change into a modern-day treasure. Collector demand is fierce. Modern coins like this are usually overlooked, but those who understand the subtle signs know this coin is a goldmine disguised in copper. Dealers and private collectors hunt relentlessly for pieces like this because once they are gone, they vanish for decades. The combination of mint mark, surface anomaly, and fine preservation creates a perfect storm of rarity that the market cannot ignore. Now, let's bring the truth to light. The absolutely current market value for this exact 2010 Lincoln Memorial cent with a D mint mark, brown spots, and in fine condition stands at $120,900. Yes, a coin barely more than a decade old. A coin that could transform a collection into a statement of power and prestige. A coin that proves that modern rarity can hit just as hard as historic legends. And this value is climbing. Every day, as more collectors realize the scarcity and historical uniqueness of these anomalies, the price becomes even more formidable. This is not hype. This is reality. If you hold one, you are holding a rare, escalating treasure that grows in power with time. The lesson for collectors is clear. Never overlook the modern era. Never assume recent coins are safe, boring, or valueless. Sometimes, the smallest surprises appear when you least expect them, and they carry the greatest reward. US MintX brings fresh updates every single day, uncovering treasures like this that the public rarely sees, and even fewer truly understand. This final coin wraps up our countdown, but the story of Lincoln Memorial cents is far from over. Each of the 5 coins we've explored today is a powerful, rare, and escalating treasure, waiting to reward those who recognize their worth before the market realizes its full potential. Remember, in the world of rare coins, survival, anomaly, and timing create fortune, and you've just seen 5 coins that prove it beyond doubt. Stay tuned, stay curious, and stay ready, because US MintX is just getting started with the rarest treasures America has to offer.